In this video, we're going to be looking at finding slope from two given points. So the directions here is to find the slope of the line through each pair of points. So I'm going to show you two different methods that you can use, and I'm okay with you using either. You just use the one that works best for how you think through these problems. So the first method is the stacking method. So I'm just going to call that method 1. So the stacking method, I'm going to take these 2 points and stack them on top of each other. So I have 5, 2, and negative 5, 6. And now we know that the slope m is your change in y over your change in x. So I'm going to find my change in y first, and how I find that is I'm going to see how I get from 2 to 6. What do I need to add? Well, to get from 2 to 6, I need to add 4, because 2 plus 4 gets me 6. If you can't see that, one way you can do it is just take the second number 6 and subtract 2. So 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So that means on top I have 4, because that's my change in y. Now I need to find my change in x. And so I'm saying, how do I get from 5 to negative 5? Well, when I subtract negative 5 from 5, negative 5 minus 5, I get minus 10. Now I can check my work. 5 minus 10, I do get negative 5. And so my slope is 4 over negative 10. However, we always want everything to be in most simple form, and so I can divide 2 from top and bottom to get that my slope is 2 over negative 5. So that is the first method. The stacking method is really similar to when we're finding slope from a table. You're just instead doing it from just 2 of the points. The next one is the more traditional method, and that is using the slope formula. And the slope formula is that m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's go ahead and label that. And so what these subscripts mean is that this y is coming from your second point, this y is your first point, second x, first x. So my first step when I'm doing this method is I'm going to go ahead and label. So it doesn't matter which one you make the first point and which one you make the second point. I go ahead and just go in order. So I'm going to have this one be x1, y1, the second one be x2, y2. And so my slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Well, y2 we labeled as negative 2 minus y1, which we labeled here as 7. x2 is 3. x1 is also 3. And then now I can go ahead and subtract those. So negative 2 minus 7, I get negative 9. 3 minus 3, I get 0. Okay, here is where we have something that's a little bit different. So right now I have negative 9 divided by 0. We actually can't divide numbers by 0. That doesn't give us a real solution. I cannot have 0 in the denominator. So whenever you have a case that's like this, where you end up with 0 in the denominator, the answer here is that your slope is undefined. And so looking back, that's really going to be your vertical line. And that's going to be an undefined slope. If 0 was on top, it would be okay. 0 divided by 9 would be equal to 0, but we can't divide numbers by 0. So one way that you can remember that is that, let's write here, that 0 over some number k is okay. However, some number over 0 is no. So okay, that's just equal to 0. 0 being in the denominator, no, that's going to be undefined. So those are the two methods that you can use to find slope. I want you to go ahead and pause the video and try using one of these methods to find the slope of number 3. When you think you have it, go ahead and press play. So the answer you should have gotten for number 3 was that your slope was -5/2. I went ahead and showed both methods so that you can check your work in both.